In the cruel world, there is a girl named Aya Asagi. She got bullied every day by 3 animal-like girls in the worst kind of way, like putting tacks, pins, and clips in her locker room, or throwing garbage and poor liquid trash on her class desk, and I don't need to say about the drawing and writing on her desk. Even her teacher don't care about Aya's situation. Very trashy life, huh? It has boiled your blood, but it isn't the end of her torture. Her home is the worst place for this poor girl, and the school compared to her home is a better place for living a life. The family of Aya include 4 people. Aya, her brother Kaname, and her parents. Her father is a trash who only cares for success and university grade of his son. So he pushed Kaname mentally and physically to get higher grade, and he doesn't give a shit about his daughter. With that, her brother couldn't bear this much pressure, and he relieved his stress and purged his hate towards his father with Aya every night. All the night, he goes to Aya's room, tie her up, and torture her near to her death, and he doesn't have any mercy for her. Every place is hell for this innocent girl. The only cause of her happiness is a cat that she sees every day on her way from school to home or sometime in her free time. Aya feed the cat and talk to him. She even buy a collar for her only friend. Aya's life is so miserable that one time she confessed to that cat, "I would rather to be in your place and I'm jealous of you." Every second she just wanted to put ending in her life, but she doesn't have the courage. One night after she was choked by her brother and swooned, the laptop automatically play a video from one site named Magical Girl. The clip contained a content about one man with creepy mask that's saying, "You have a miserable life. You are in pain, so I will give you magical wand so you can become magical girl from a normal girl. It is on you to use it or not." She's scared from the words and the picture of that site and turned off her laptop. Tomorrow of that day when she was going to school, she saw one animal was crushed by train, but she bring out the animal from her sight and kept going to school. Today is different. When she opened her locker, there weren't any trash or pins. She just found a toy gun. She quickly put it in her bag and went to her class. Bully girls get bored of this dirty routines and they want a new way to enjoy torturing this poor girl. It mean they don't satisfy even with this kind of torture. I just wish that I could be there and crush their bones with my hands. One of the girls suggests to other, "If you want new things, I will message to senpai and he know what he should to do." After that, they went to storeroom and wait up for their friend. She came back with him. While the girl was seeing the situation, senpai start to harass her. He says to her, "I want to get your first time." She's scared and start to crying. He steps forward, but Aya pushes him and managed to escape. She hide back of a car. The guy and that girl start to searching for Asagi. Finally, they disappointed and stop their search and return. Aya relieves and thinks she is saved, but senpai surprise her and they both find her. He grab her hand and the girl shows to her the collar of her cat and says to her, "I killed that cat." Aya scared and went crazy. She looked around and asked for help, but nobody was there. Sudden, Aya's eyes sees toy gun and desperately point that gun to them, but they laugh at her. Asagi trigger the gun. A shiny circle shows up and vanish with them. Meanwhile, when Aya was shocked, she heard train crashes to something. She went there and saw the 2 of them was hit by train and died. The 2 other girls heard the sound too. They went there and saw the accident. Also, they witnessed that Aya standing there with scared face. Asagi ran to her house and locked her room, and didn't come outside until night. Sudden, Kaname knocked the door and says to her, "Are you okay? I'm worried about you. You didn't even come for lunch." But she doesn't open the door. "I won't forget it," says brother. Aya became sad and crazy because she thinks she is the reason of their death. Sudden, she remembered the site. She searched Magical Girl's URL, but nothing found. The next morning in school, Serena, the main bully character, wants to teach Aya a lesson and get revenge, because she saw her yesterday and blame her for her friend's death. She wants to leave a pattern in her mouth forever. But suddenly the time freeze and everything stop in front of Aya's eyes. Then she sees her quiet classmate, Yatsumura. She explains to Aya that she is Magical Girl too, and she is not the only magical girl exist, and her magic led her to freeze time except people that she includes in her phone. Then she says to Aya that you should stop them sooner before kinds of thing happen, and kill her like this. After they finish their work, they both try to get far from the school. Then she give her some advice. If somebody bother you, make you sad, angry, depressed, crazy, or even fade your happiness, they don't deserve to live, and with the help of your wand get their life. She unfrees the time. After that, for the first time, Aya brought a classmate into her room. Yatsumura explains to her some of wand terms of use. Every time she use her wand, she become closer to her death, and the wand drain the essence of her life, and bleeding is a one of complication when she using it every time. Meanwhile, Kaname gets in the room and treats both of them well, give them juice and goes out. Yatsumura realizes that Aya's brother is a total jerk, and he just pretending that he is a nice guy. The main reason that she saved her life is she wants to make team with her because there is more magical girl in the world than she imagines. And with researches that she done with another magical girl, there is one magical hunter who kill all magical girl and pick up their wand for herself, and yet they don't know why. And Yatsumura's teammate, Rin, has been killed by the unknown hunter. Before Rin disappeared, she sent a photo that it seems to be the hunter. So if they won't prepare, they will die. If Aya helps her, then Yatsumura will protect her from any damage in her life. With that, Yatsumura proposed to her that she will protect her this night from her brother, so Asagi finally could sleep one night peacefully. In other side, Kaname should control himself tonight because Aya's friend is in her room. Next school day, Yatsumura sleep in school because she was awake all of last night. And on the other hand, everyone are talking about Serena and the accident for her throat and blaming the third bully girl for that. After school, one girl comes to Aya, asks her, can she die for her, and pick up one wand to use it. She trap Aya and herself into a unbreakable and untie magic box to kill her. Yatsumura quickly activate her magic and freeze the time, but it doesn't affect on that box. So she just can see her friend death. Hunter used her weapons to crush the girls, but Aya doesn't use her weapon because she afraid that she'd kill another person again. Yatsumura convinces Aya that she can teleport her where she has strong feel to there and saves herself without hurting anybody. Both of them go there and see a frozen girl. They tied her up and start to interrogate the hunter. Yatsumura realizes that the hunter is Rin herself, and she can change her face with one of magical wands. And she make Rin to answer her question, why are you killing magical girls and picking their wands? She finally says, because the Tempest is near to us. I see it in magical girl sight. When I clicked on admin, there was a countdown. Sudden, she bleeds and passed away. They take her to hospital and wait for Rin to recover and tell all she knows for their own good. But the doctor told them that her life is in danger, and the cause of it is unknown. Her body is like an old human body. They throw her things in bag on waiting chair, and there is a lots of stolen magical wand that their owners are dead. And one notebook. Aya says, if the site give us this wand because we were unhappy, that would be nice. But which nice person give us this things that is very hurtful for us? What is their purpose? Yatsumura answers, I don't know, but at least it saved my life. Aya asks her, what happened in your past that you could get your wand? But she doesn't talk and keep quiet. Asagi quickly apologized to her for asking this question. She says to her not apologize for such a little thing. The book that they found includes the name of every magical girl that exists. They decide to find a magical girl that she could heal her or at least execute the information about Tempest. Among those pictures, they find a familiar face that they have been seen before, a popular idol. They decide to see her, so they attend a fan meet and greet to approach Nijimi. Yatsumura freezes the time and Aya teleports her somewhere near. Then they meet up there and tell Nijimi that they are magical girl too. Nijimi become happy, smiles, and she seems excited for seeing them and realizing there are another magical girls. Aya asks her, there is a magical girl that is in coma and has vital information for us. But in the middle of their conversation, Nijimi's managers come and want to take her back. Nijimi says to them, if they want to see her, tonight they should come to her place. Later that night, they meet up at her home. When they entered, they saw some people serve her like zombie. Two girls ask the reason, and Nijimi answers, her power is, when she demands something to someone, they obey without any doubt, and her magical wand is her pant. In another word, she can control everything around her. But she has one trouble. She had one friend, Mikado, that she was magical girl too. One day, when they were in karaoke, she had been killed by one girl. The killer could manage to escape from Nijimi's attack by Mikado's wand. Nijimi lose her mind after that, and the only thing she wants is seeing her death. But after Nijimi draws her face, they realize she is Ren, the magical girl hunter. With that, Yatsumura regret from her decision and decide not to tell about Rin is in coma. So after they give each other their number, the girls go back to hospital to check Rin's situation and come up with another plan about Tempest and finding another magical girl. Meanwhile, Serena finally recovered from that accident, and while she was walking, she saw Aya and Yatsumura and heard about their conversation about magical girl and Tempest. She became curious about them. She waits until they go. After that, she steps into hospital room that Rin is there. She sees the site's admin. He said to her, "You are miserable. Do you want to be magical girl? This girl was a magical girl too, but she doesn't have any use for me, so if you get her place, you will have power to get revenge of your friend's death, because Aya is the reason of their death and the accident that happened to you. Use this and become next magical hunter." After she accepts his propose, she enters to the site and realizes everything about Tempest. When Yatsumura and Aya were coming back from hospital, Yatsumura asked her, "Why those girls treated you like that?" Aya explained to her. At first, when she was transferred to this school, she couldn't communicate with anybody, and she's scared of anything. Of course, because of her past and family issue. But Serena helped her with school problem and defend her in bad situation. But Aya couldn't even say a word to Serena, like, hello and specially, thank you, because she was afraid of her behavior and herself. Till one day, Serena couldn't tolerate her behavior and start to bullying her because she didn't even thank her. Aya is regretful and blame herself because of that thing. But Yatsumura comfort her, says to her, "I want you to become stronger, someone who can face the world by herself." They farewell and go to their home. In the other hand, Aya's brother is unsatisfied with her, because it has been a while that he didn't empty his stress. With that, his grades decreased and his father is angry about that. It has been several days that Aya coming late to home, so he became suspicious and went to her room, and searched room and her laptop history, and found something. Magical girl site. Tomorrow at school, Asagiri sees that Yatsumura didn't come to school. Serena is dismissed from hospital, and their class having transfer student, and that student is Nijimi, the idol. She retired from her job to focus on her revenge with the help of her two new friends. In the middle of class, she calls Aya and greet to her, and everybody in class shocked. After class, Nijimi and Aya go to the roof and talk about why Nijimi is here and her vengeance. And then Nijimi asks her why Yatsumura isn't here today. She answers, "Maybe she is sick. I will check her after school." But they didn't realize that Serena was listening to them. And now she knows about Nijimi is after to get revenge from the girl that is in coma. After school, Aya goes to Yatsumura's house to see what is going on. When she arrived, she knocked, but nobody opened the door. So Aya entered the home by herself and witnessed that Yatsumura passed out on the floor. But she saw something stranger and scarier, an injured and tortured man, tied up right to the table, and he was in a bad situation. But Yatsumura was in the bad situation too. Asagi wanted to call ambulance, but she stops her and said to her, "If you call anybody, they will find him and took him away. He is not tortured enough yet." Aya asked her, "Who is this man?" She answered that she had the best life with the best parents, like a dreamy life in stories. But one night a guy broke to their house and killed her parents, but he didn't want to kill the girl. And he said, "You are gonna be something a few years later." So I come back for play. She lived in fear for several years till she got her wand. With her magic, she managed to get her revenge. She wants that his torment never end. Meanwhile they were talking, suddenly someone entered the room. Serena is here.
Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you want to see other recaps or the next part, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. By the way, tell me, if you were the MC, what would you do?